Okay, there's plenty to be said about the Rise of Skywalker, and for a little context, I mean, I'm a massive Star Wars fan. I am not a fan of some of the things they've done with this new trilogy. I absolutely despise The Last Jedi. I said I would like never watch it again. I did wind up going and watch it one more time with my father before I moved really far away from home. He asked me if I could watch it one more time, and I did. And I watched it one more time just to refresh and try to have a more open understanding of the film. So I went into The Last Jedi, or the Rise of Skywalker, not expecting a lot. Especially considering how I don't know, it's just so divided, man. You know what I mean? Like there's no way that I think anyone was truly happy with The Last Jedi. That's actually a Star Wars fan. I don't know how to say. I mean, surely somebody out there was like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. You know, this is cool. I like this whatever." I don't think it's possible. I mean, I think as like a casual movie experience, I mean, sure, there's cool moments. I mean, for kids and stuff, they're not really gonna know. This is their Star Wars now, you know. But Rise of Skywalker, there's plenty of things I would like to say about it. And I think what I want to start out saying is, it's not perfect. And there's plenty of things I could have done different, and things that I wasn't happy with, and things overall with the narrative that don't make sense in a way that, like, I guess kind of like the first six, you know what I mean? Like, if anybody doesn't know, it's a very, very slight spoiler. It's literally at the very, very beginning of the film. It's been in the trailers. Palpatine's back, right? In a certain way, he's back. It just kind of undoes all of the Vader and Anakin, you know, in my opinion. You know, I what we really need to come, well, the only thing I think of is they said, you know, a prophecy misread could have been in episode 3, with Anakin, and when Mace and Obi-Wan and Luke were speaking about Anakin the prophecy, they said prophecy they could have been misread. I talk about balance of the Force, but what is balance? If you go by The Last Jedi, Rey was saying life, death, you know, pain, peace, suffering, all that stuff. They're in the middle. It is balance. Like when it's both, there's balance. So when you think about it in that sense, it's like, oh well, there needs to be a Jedi, there needs to be a Sith, but it's never like stated. You know what I mean? It's like we're all just kind of, you know, there's like this extended universe that's got really cool shit. Like we're talking about, like comic books and books themselves and all kinds of stuff like that. That's all really cool, and it has like, it feels like it's more fleshed out. It has a better grasp of it than the actual people who make the films do, in my opinion. But it's like, unless someone just comes down and nails it, and they got their thumb on everything, they're like, no, this is right. This is the way it is. It feels like we have a lot of cross-threading, you know what I mean? If you ever watch like Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball in general, it's like they have the manga and then they have the anime, and there's stuff that they're doing on their own that are like contradicting each other, and it's like, I don't know what to believe. What is the canon? You know what I mean? Like, there's not a canon for some of these things out there, and all these people getting really mad at the fan base because everybody believes all these different things. Just do it. Have somebody over it and tell us what it is. Like, you need to come in here and tell me what the lines are. Okay, you know, what is the balance? Was the chosen one not real? Like, did Anakin bring balance? Because apparently he didn't, right? Like, that's my biggest gripe with this whole thing. I'm gonna say this. I didn't feel the way I did when I left The Last Jedi. I was pissed for the moment Luke tossed that lightsaber. It basically took everything that I ever thought about Star Wars. That's the way it felt. And it was like, screw it. Boop. I don't care. I'm going to make the movie how I want to make it. Even though there's all this. This is the 8th film. I'm going to do what I want to do. Rian Johnson, you know, he did what he wanted. So that's how I feel. I mean, will we ever know the truth? Who knows? Maybe someday. But man, anyways, I feel like it was an inherited mess by JJ. JJ wasn't going to come back, and then he had the chance to come back and decided to. I really feel like if JJ just did all three, perhaps it would have went better. They definitely do take stabs at The Last Jedi in this film. I got some notes here. You may see me glance over here. I'm trying to keep myself somewhat without ranting. This will be a long video for sure. It's Star Wars, man. I mean, look at all this stuff around me. It's Star Wars. It means a lot to me. Okay, so I got here. It's like, it's not perfect. It's inherited this huge task, and it's a mess, right? It's their task to clean up this mess and wrap it up and somehow make everybody happy. There are some parts in this that feel kind of fan fiction-y to me. That seems like a pretty common gripe. I can agree. And there's some like ass pull moments, I suppose. Although I don't think there are as many as people are saying, and that's what this video is mostly going to be about. I haven't really gotten to super spoilers yet. I'm just trying to get my thoughts about it before I get into the spoilers for you guys. I don't think I'm ready to give like a number rating, because I don't. A 5 is just completely average. It's like when I left the movie, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it wasn't shit. I left this movie because it was very easy to turn my brain off in this movie. Like I said, after seeing The Last Jedi, I'm just like, dude, I just want to see what happens. Like, I'm expecting little. It was fast paced, man. This movie is breakneck. And I mean, people don't like that either. It's jumping everywhere. But I mean, in my opinion, with Star Wars, you're in a galaxy, like, and you can go anywhere. You can jump through hyperspace. Like, it makes sense that all the stuff they need is not on the same planet. Yes, it's true things don't get to breathe as much, but I think it kind of helped it in a way, because I was entertained. It was nonstop. Stuff's happening. Stuff is happening. I had to pee so bad. I was like, bro, I'm scared. I don't want to go take a piss because I'm scared something's gonna happen. Like, I did find one opportunity. About halfway through the film, I found an opportunity. I was like, man, I gotta go, but I'm scared I'm gonna miss some stuff. Anyways, so like I said, it's breakneck. It's easy to turn your brain off. This is gonna be a really good film for people that are like casual fans, that don't really watch a lot or know a lot of the extended lore, any of that, or care. Anybody's gonna watch this and actually care. It's like the film would be great for them. I think it was a fun film. I do think it was fun. Good? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I need to discuss it with more people in depth, because I have a hard time putting my stamp on it. I think it'd be a 6 or a 7 if I had to put a number. It's not just average. It was fun. Some things are weird, and they definitely didn't do some things with others. Like, I don't think I'd give it an 8, because like an 8 to a 10 is like, wow, you need to go watch this movie right now, right? I don't think I feel that way about this movie. Like, if someone's just like, oh yeah, well, I've watched some of the Star Wars, it's not that big of a deal, I'd be like, it's not, you don't have to go to the theater to watch it. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna go watch it anyway. Everybody's been bitching. Everybody's been saying, yeah, I'm not watching them no more. I'm boycotting all this stuff, whatever. You're gonna go watch it. You're gonna go watch it. I already know. I've been saying for like the past 2 years, I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out of Star Wars. I'm not out, boy. I'm never gonna be out. I need to just stop faking, right? Like, I'm not gonna be out. We're not out. We love it. We love it. All right, we're going to get into spoilers now, okay? So that's my end right there. Is a 6 or 7 out of 10. It ain't shit. It's a little bit better than average because it's fun. My opinion. That's where I'm at. 6 or 7. It's like, okay. I would buy this movie. I didn't buy Last Jedi. I'm not buying Last Jedi. I'm just pluck it out of my memory. I don't. Which, come to think of it, bro, there ain't shit in this movie besides Snoke. Just knowing what happened to Snoke and how Kylo's like the supreme leader of First Order now. Besides knowing that and knowing Luke died, there ain't hardly shit in this movie that had anything to do with The Last Jedi. They took Rose. Rose is hardly in the movie. God bless her. I mean, she's just an actor just doing what she was hired to do, and people are just flaming her. They're like, no, we don't need Rose in this no more. No. Just push her to the side. She's gone. Don't worry about it. She has little parts. There are some, I will say I have some like little small gripes. Like, you know how in A New Hope, Luke, Leia, and Han were together, and for like the middle portion of that film, Luke was with Han also. And then Last Jedi, I'm not Last Jedi. Empire Strikes Back, Leia and Han were together a lot. I feel like there's not a ton of connections. It's all alluded, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of time with each other, like Rey with Finn and Poe, all that together. Like, you can tell they're friends. It's just, I don't know if it's nostalgia, because I'd have to go back and look, but I feel like the original trio had more time together than this trio did. You know what I mean? To, like, kind of warrant it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way it was carried. They definitely had more time together, because Return of the Jedi, they were on Endor, and oh yeah, 100%. Never mind, I'm wrong. I'm completely wrong. Just don't listen to me. Let's scratch that from history. They had more time together than this new trio. So it's not like it's not earned. It's just, does it feel not real? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, hey, we're seeing like very small like interactions. Like, oh, okay, well they heckle each other and stuff, and they make crack jokes every now and then. They clash ideas. I mean, you just see little snippets. There's no real building of their friendship, I think. Kind of throws it off a little bit, you know what I mean? That's another little gripe I have. but if you haven't left yet, we're about to get into spoilers. We're about to get spoilers if you don't want to see it or hear, okay? Like I said, I got a lot of notes. This is going to be a long video, really long, okay? I'm just straight up. Here we go. I'm gonna talk as long as I can. I've been feeling under the weather for like the past 3 days, so all right. So I'm gonna jump all over, and basically what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna touch on points that I've seen other people bitching about. I've seen other people griping and complaining about these points, and it's like, it makes me like, I'm like, from a certain point of view, you know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna title it. Like, from a certain point of view, I can see maybe their gripes, but when I'm sitting there, like, some people were complaining like how Chewie acts at some part, and I'm just like, why are you mad that Chewie is freaking out about this? You know, we'll talk about it. So, like I said, I got these notes. They're not exactly in order. We're just going to jump around, okay? So, if you haven't seen the movie, leave now. Spoilers coming in 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, I can't remember when it happens, but Rey basically thinks she kills Chewie. She has like a forced battle pulling this transport that she thinks he's on, and Kylo's there and he's pulling it also, and Rey has been saying she hasn't felt herself. She feels tired. She cannot touch with a Jedi, or you know, she's trying to touch into the Force Ghost or whatever. She can't. There's points in it that like they really try to undermine what The Last Jedi did. They try to iron out some of these wrinkles that were in The Last Jedi. At some point, Rey thinks she kills Chewie. She uses Force lightning by accident. She's not been feeling herself the whole movie. She's and that's because we'll get into it. Rey accidentally blows up his carrier with Force Lightning, and she's sitting there fighting Kylo, and she's just not strong enough, and all of a sudden she's getting very angry, and all of a sudden, boom, just lightning comes out, you know? And people, I've seen some people complaining, oh, Force Lightning. I'm like, bro, if any of you watch or looked at anything else, anyone can use Force Lightning. Like, anyone can use Force Lightning and uses the Force. It's just like a dark side thing. I mean, like, even light side people can do it, you know? Like, it's just like, it's like one of the things you don't. It's like a dark power, okay? You know, she went to that place, you know, she's like, I need power, you know? I'm trying, I can't defeat Kylo. And speaking of which, I know it feels like out of nowhere that Kylo and Rey just got buffed like crazy in this movie. But I like, after I've seen them, I don't care. I don't care that they're super strong anymore, because they kind of went in their own ways and kind of tried to explain a little bit. You know, I can at least appreciate that they tried to put a little bit of effort into it this time, instead of just making them whatever, you know, just strong out of nowhere. Like, it makes sense to me, man. Like, it makes more sense to me. Like, it's not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect and like, oh, they could do it better. They could do it better, and they could have had a lot more training. But you know, they don't really do a great job in Empire Strikes Back saying how long was Luke with Yoda. You know, like, how long? What did he do in between? He just becomes a Jedi. He could do all this stuff. Which, oh wow, do you remember Luke choked the, were they Gamorreans? Isn't that what they're called? The pigmen? Oh wow. Look at dark side power. Oh my god, Luke used a dark side power. There's no way he could possibly use lightning. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I don't, some people that have gripes, it's like, what's your point? Where are you getting at, man? They could use all force powers, basically. There may be some very minute ones. It's like, you know, one far one way, one far the other way. Anyways, I can't remember if that's why Rey freaks out. She's like, look, that's it, I'm done. She's running away. That's not what it is. That's not what causes it. It's after she fights Kylo for real. Okay, that's when she runs away. She fights Kylo on the Death Star. And people complained, I don't know, beforehand, it's like, oh, they're just built on nostalgia. It don't make any sense. I never once thought that the Death Star part didn't make sense. The only thing it did was kind of like, oh, of course, was the little dagger they had was like a perfect cutout, like the Goonies. It was like a Goonie scene. It fit perfectly with the Death Star, and it was like, oh, well, that's where that thing is. I mean, that made sense where it was. It was still there in a vault on the Death Star of a piece that survived, which we'll also get to a little bit of a point here in a second. But let me say this about Rey real quick and how powerful everybody was. Let me get into all that before we start getting into other characters, okay? Rey, essentially, she was losing to Kylo, man. She found the thing that she needed, and Kylo destroyed it, and she gets pissed off, just like Luke did, like Anakin has. People just lost their temper, and she's fighting Kylo, and I don't think it looked like Kylo was going to lose that fight at any point. It actually looked like Kylo was on like the defensive, like not even in the fight at all. He was just there for the majority, and then as soon as he actually went on the offensive, he just kind of like beat her down, like not really like whooped her, but just like outskilled her. She got really tired, and I think it's because she had so much conflict in her, and that's something that's been shown throughout the movie. The Chewbacca thing, she thought she killed Chewie. She didn't kill Chewie, thank God. I was pissed off. I was like, no, but no, not about Chewbacca. Not Chewbacca, man. Don't do it to me. He lived, thank God. Anyways, so she thought she's fluttering, man. She's been fluttering this whole time. It's just like Kylo. Kylo's been fluttering. She's fluttering now. They're kind of like two sides of the same coin in a way, and they keep flip-flopping. And yeah, that sucks. Like, Kylo and her both flip-flopping all the time. It's a whiplash effect. It's like, God, can we get some kind of cohesion? Make a decision? Something? You know what I mean? Rey is strong. She's really strong. Rey, basically after she fought Kylo and got beat down, Kylo hears his mother call out to him in the Force, which this is a cool theory. Leia dies, right? Leia dies from reaching out in the Force to Kylo. I don't know if they were connected in that moment, and Rey literally stabbed Kylo. And I don't know if like the grief or the strain or whatever killed Leia. They have the real life problem of they have so much footage they have of her. They wanted to put her in this movie. She needed to be in the movie. She needs to do something in the movie. We're gonna kind of segue from the Rey thing for just a moment into the Leia thing, okay? I said I know they're gonna have a problem with this, but it's honestly just what they decided to do with what the time they had. Leia had to do something in this film. And yeah, she trains Rey, okay? She's Rey's master. You know, she's the master. Rey also has all the books though, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not, she has Leia kind of like a pseudo master, like, you know, kind of teach her what she knew. And they go and they show that Leia was pretty close to being a Jedi. Yeah, she like wins a duel with Luke, and that's kind of ass pull. That's like, okay, well, of course, strong woman, right? That's what everyone wants to say. Okay, I get it. All right, I get that part. Leia wins a duel with Luke, and she's got a vision that her saber, her saber, I think is what they said in the movie, would kill Kylo, or Ben, would kill her son. So she decided to like step down, kinda. She's like, no, I'm not going to become a Jedi. I won't do it. But that explains how she did the Mary Poppins flying through the space thing, right? In the last movie. I have no problem with it. You explained it. It's like, okay, well, I wanted to train Leia, and Leia kind of got to a point she said no. So then I went and I found more people and trained them. I trained her son. I have no problem with that. I guess some people do. I guess it's not enough explanation. It don't make sense. Whatever, man. I don't, like I said, I think that's, you're poking holes in things that aren't actually big holes to me. When I was watching, I was like, okay, I could buy it. Makes sense. Like, as long as they put some effort into explaining some of this shit, then I'm like, all right, well, there you go. Like, there's a little bit. Anyways, so it would have made more sense if Luke was a ghost and trained Rey, but Rey cannot talk to the ghosts yet. And I don't think Leia can either. But like I said, they gotta do something with Leia. They had to do something with what they had, and they had to put her in the movie, and they had to make it make sense, and she has to die. So I mean, maybe they're connected when she was speaking to Kylo, and it also killed her off. Maybe the grief, maybe I don't know. When Kylo got stabbed by Rey, maybe that's what took him out. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? And then because Rey just feels like she's completely failed. You know, she gets done with that. She stabs Kylo. Kylo's sitting there. She feels that Leia's dead, and she's crying. And then she heals Kylo, and then jumps in his TIE fighter and flies away. And then burns the ship. Okay, so we're getting back over to Rey stuff. Rey jumps away and goes back to the place where Luke was. And she's burning Kylo's ship. Doesn't realize she has the Sith Wayfinder or whatever it is she needed on the ship. She doesn't even realize she has it. And when she's about to throw, she's burning the ship. She's about to throw a lightsaber, and Luke's Force Ghost comes out and catches lightsaber. And he says a Jedi weapon deserves more respect. And it's like a 180, man. It's a 180 from what Last Jedi had him be. Rey's basically saying that I'm staying here. I can't control it. I can't do it. I'm here. No, I'm staying here. I'm doing what you did. Oh, one more thing. I backtrack again. Like I said, I'm jumping all over the place. I'm sorry. I didn't write every single thing down in order. She saw a dark vision of herself on the ship when she got the Wayfinder in the vault, and it was her dark self with the dual sided lightsaber and pointy teeth and whatnot. That was funny. Kind of like the same vision Luke had when he was on Dagobah and he fought like the Vader. In a way, it was himself. You know what I mean? It's just like the same thing, kind of in a weird way. Luke looks at her and he says, "I was wrong. You know, I was wrong, and it was fear. Fear kept me here." Which is like a 180 of what he was in The Last Jedi. You know, and I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that, man. I don't mind now because it's what they inherited. It is what it is now. It's revealed that during the duel that she is actually a Palpatine. That is something that I'm personally not a fan of that decision, and I don't know where that makes sense. Don't know when the Emperor had time to go to Pound Town with people. Just seems like, I don't know, it seems like something he would not do unless it was part of his plan to try and make another vessel, which I think is really strange. Not strange, but like kind of goes in. It's like, as much as he knows Plagueis, let me get down to my notes. I got some notes on this. The Emperor surviving, like, isn't explicitly explained, although like I guess some allusions, like some cloning stuff, gene splicing. All I'm saying is, after knowing the knowledge that he had with Darth Plagueis, speaking with Anakin, talking about trying to cheat death, also being involved with those experiments with Darth Plagueis, and all this cloning stuff that's been going on, I think we can assume there's like some gene splicing, cloning, Frankenstein stuff going on. I mean, does it really make sense when he got thrown down in a pit and then it exploded? Not to me, but the throne room and that part of the Death Star seemed pretty. I know he went, who knows how far down that pit he went, but that part of the Death Star looked like it was in relatively good structure wise, right? Like, I mean, yeah, it's blown up to pieces, but like that was a huge chunk that was still there. So I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess there's a way. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, and I don't. They also explain the Snoke thing, not in passing. Like, it's literally like 5 seconds, right? Basically, Palpatine's been doing everything. All the voices in his in Kylo's head, all the way even back when he was being trained by Luke. Basically, that Snoke was like a creation, and he's been under control of Palpatine as well. Everything's been Palpatine, and you know, he really wanted to fight Skywalker, so he was still scared of Luke. You know what I mean? He's still scared of the Skywalkers, and using Ben was just a way to kind of break his spirit, I guess. Some things make sense throughout if you just kind of like look at it as a string. You know what I mean? And it's not tight. Might have some little turns and whatnot, but it's still gets from point A to point B, is what I'm trying to say. He's always been scared of Luke ever since. He's been scared of Skywalkers ever since. He wants the Jedi to be dead. He knows when if Luke is alive, then you know. So yeah, his whole plan of having all these Star Destroyers, like thousands and thousands of them, which also all have their own planet-killing weapons, which is stupid in my opinion. That's just dumb. I don't like that at all. Because literally we went from having to have moon-sized Death Stars to an actual planet that eats suns, to now we have a ship with a gun on it. And all the guns, all these guns on the front can destroy. So you literally have like 2,000 or 1,500 ships that can kill planets. I don't like it. I mean, that part's kind of stupid to me. I guess it's just like, I don't know how many planets you can go and destroy without stuff just becoming unbalanced and just the solar system's falling apart. I'm not really sure how that works. Like, if you destroy every planet in our solar system, what would happen is like some weird, maybe, I don't know, maybe nothing, just rocks. Anyways, his plan was, he just tries to bait everybody. I think he was just trying to get a vessel. That's what I think. I think he's like, listen, man, somehow I'm alive. I have to put my essence into someone, you know, besides the person that I put it into and now had children of his own or her own and made Rey, right? She's a Palpatine. Anyways, his plan just, I'm like, okay, he's just gonna just do exactly what he did before, destroy the Jedi and control everything. Again, some people were complaining that all the followers didn't make any sense. It said that he's been broadcasting a signal. We didn't get to hear that, but the voice has been heard. I mean, it makes sense if there's people sitting there like cloning and all this stuff, like he's had followers on the down low all this time. No one knew where this planet was, so kind of more and more followers there. Have they got enough recruits to fill up all them ships in a quick time? I have no idea. They were taking all the kids. They've been taking kids. I'm not really sure, but that's a little tidbit. Doesn't really matter that much. There's a lot of freaking ships, man. That's a lot of people you need. So of course in the end the Emperor gets killed. After he fights Rey and Kylo at the same time, he like says there's like a connection to the Force that there has not been in thousands of years. I think it's just because like the lineage of them is Kylo supposedly, I mean, Kylo's super strong, and then Rey's supposedly super strong, so it's like he somehow like taps in and like drains life from them. And it's really weird because he looks like his regular human form. He's got just white eyeballs, his hands are all decrepit, but when he absorbs all the energy, it's like the evilness comes back into him, and he kind of looks like he's all messed up again. It's weird. He's smooth skin, and then he turns back into his like deformed version, right? It's like you think it'd be opposite, like he'd just look like his actual actor self and then have like the yellow eyeballs instead. No, he turns into like the Emperor version, the bulbous head looking. He's fighting Rey. He tosses I thought it was kind of funny, he tossed Kylo in the hole. He's like, since Vader threw me in the hole, I'm gonna throw his grandson in the hole. Oh, he's, you know, I thought that was funny. What else is there? Anyways, he's just after he drains the life from them, he's just lighting the world up, man, with lightning. Just, you know, just unlimited power. He's lighting it up, and all these ships are getting zapped and stuff, and it's insane. And then Rey stands up. She finally regains her strength. Kylo is actually the first one to get back up, and he got chunked in the hole, which makes me to believe, I think Kylo's stronger. I really do think that Kylo is stronger than Rey. I think that's I believe this. So then she's got the dual lightsaber. She's got Anakin's. It's Anakin's lightsaber, and she has Leia's lightsaber. So Luke and Leia's lightsaber, whatever you want to call it. And she's blocking the lightning. And she's been hearing all these voices, you know, she's saying, be with me, like she was at the beginning. She hears all these Jedi. Qui-Gon, Anakin. She hears all these voices. Qui-Gon, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Mace Windu. I'm not sure. Yoda had to be in there, right? Maybe Yoda wasn't. I thought Yoda was, though. Maybe... I think there was a female. Leia or Ahsoka Tano, maybe. Maybe Ahsoka Tano was there. Maybe. I know Anakin. I heard Anakin's voice, man. I heard Anakin's voice. But then Qui-Gon is like, we're with you, you know? And she stands up, and Palpatine said it several times. He's like, all the Sith will live in you. All the Sith live in me. You strike me down, my essence will pass into you, you will become the new empress. Like, that was his plan. I'm just like, I'm all my mind is, I'm like, okay, well, he's definitely got a way to put his essence to take over her body. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. He's like, he's going to pass into her. Okay, how that didn't happen by her killing him, I think it's probably the bit of the force or whatever. I think that's like the, when she was fully committed in the light or whatever, it was just like two forces bashing each other. Anyways, so she crosses the X on the lightsaber, starts walking towards him, is shooting lightning back at him. Bro, I hate the way he died. Like, I hate it. I wanted to see him, like, at least and he's so old and decrepit, but like, let somebody lightsaber fight some. Like, let's have a lightsaber duel at the end, please. Like, I feel like that's what this movie's been missing. Like, you know, there's not like a, there's several fights and skirmishes with lightsabers, but it's like, we need a duel of the fates, or battle of the heroes. You know what I mean? Like, we need people to just go ham for a little bit. But I mean, Palpatine just, I don't know, he's like a one-trick pony, man. He's just, that's all he's doing. Lightning's flying back, blowing his freaking forehead up again. He's basically like a piece of coal that's burnt. A stiff wind's gonna blow him to pieces. The lightning starts hitting him, his flesh is flying off. Turn the stream off, bro. Like, stop shooting lightning. Just stop. You're frying yourself. You know what's happening. Anyway, she's shooting it back at him, and obviously it's not just her putting the lightsabers there. She's got to be using force at the same time, because, like, there's a lot of energy being projected back. You know, like when Yoda caught it and then blew it back. There's a lot, like, the whole throne gets blown to pieces behind him. It was not a satisfying death or a satisfying ending in a fight. I did like how, as dumb as I do think it is, that Kylo and Rey are somehow like fighting across space and time throughout the movie. They've been talking to each other. Palpatine, Snoke, said that he was the one that put them together. They're still doing it in this movie. It doesn't feel like that he's doing it anymore. It feels like they're doing it to each other because they're talking about betraying Plagueis, or not Plagueis, betraying Palpatine. You know what I mean? Like, so they're actually doing it. They're crossing that barrier. They're fighting each other through the Force. Their lightsabers, they're there, and they can't see where the other is. So, and then like they're snatching stuff from there and whatnot. That's the weirdest thing to me, is like that they're close, somewhat close, maybe. Kylo does it when she's on that desert planet from, it's gotta be from far away. When they are on the ship and then on the planet, that can make sense. Later, that's the second time they do it. But we got Leia projecting herself to Kylo, dies. And we have Luke shoot a hologram across the galaxy. A hologram. And he dies. I guess in that sense everyone saw him, so it's a little bit different than just one person. But like it's so weird. I can't weigh the feats against each other, because it's like they are clashing and pulling stuff from wherever the other is. Like, that seems a lot crazier than tricking everyone's minds across galaxy. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But it killed Luke. And after Rey defeats Palpatine, she's exerted so much force and had so much of her life force taken, she kills over. Kylo crawls out of the hole, out of the abyss, and essentially picks Rey up and force heals her. Like, Rey's used force healing twice in this movie, once on some animal and once on Kylo, and Kylo's all weakened and he uses it on her, and she wakes up and she says, Ben, and then they smooch, they be eating face, And then Kylo got a big smile on his face, and Kylo dies. He just, he just dies, man. I don't think I would have done it that way. I don't know if I didn't had them in a couple. I mean, that's the kind of fan fiction thing I was talking about. Like, sure, I guess why they have to kiss, and then he dies, and not just dies, he becomes a Force ghost, or fades away into the, like Obi-Wan and Yoda did. Yeah, Obi-Wan and Yoda. They both just kind of just fizzled away. Leia fizzles away as well. Okay. So my thoughts are like, it's kind of like when people say the kingdom of heaven, like your family meets you there. It's kind of like Leia was waiting to help escort Ben. You know what I mean? And it's like, it comes back around to, I think it's kind of shitty that the whole Anakin thing is kind of pointless. It feels pointless. It feels like Ben's story is almost exactly the same in a way. I do have like a little weird theory I'd like to share with you. Well, let me get back to this in a second. I think if I had my way with the ending, I would have had when Kylo and Rey were kind of like all, you know, hurt from having their essence sucked out of them. I do believe I would have had Force Ghosts appear, or Luke at least to have one more interaction with the Emperor. He probably tossed his green lightsaber a long time ago, but if Kylo had gotten there and like the green lightsaber was in the X-Wing or something, and like Luke showed up and was like, hey, there's something in there for you. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd been cool to see the green lightsaber too. Like, Rey could have had both the blues, and then Kylo could have had the green. It would have taken away the moment where they did the whole thing where she put the lightsaber behind her back and Kylo got it. That was cool. I mean, I think that was a cool moment. And he sits there and does a little cocky, whatever. I mean, as much as Kylo's story arc is kind of crappy, I really actually liked Adam Driver. And my favorite part of this whole trilogy is Kylo Ren. I think he's one of the most quotable characters. He looks cool. I know he's kind of like an emo teen. You know what I mean? Everybody, that's the comparison everyone makes. But this comes into something I've been thinking more of is, you gotta follow me for just a second, okay? If Anakin was made from the Force, he is not a natural birth, right? He's a manifestation of the Force or manipulation to create life, but he's not natural, okay? Anakin had a lot of issues. Anakin was angry. He grew up all these issues. His mother, he's in slavery, being picked on, you know what I mean? All this stuff. And he was like a hothead, you know what I mean? And it was like, it felt like Anakin didn't have a grasp. And this could be different in the books, right? I haven't read the books. But the way he was portraying the film, look at just the film and the way he was acted, right? It could just be Hayden Christensen, you know? I mean, but you gotta blame it to the directors at some point, right? You know? He just seemed always kind of unstable. He always had darkness in him. Like he was just waiting to just snap. Like it's a weird sense. It's almost like if you've ever watched Akira, when Setsuo, his name, he started getting part of the Akira thing. It was like he became a next stage of evolution in a way, but he's totally unstable, right? I know this is super far off from the movies and everything, but I'm giving you like a little thing where I'm thinking the Skywalkers are not natural, and there's always something there. Luke snapped. He went ape shit. I mean, Leia obviously killed Jabba. I mean, she had to kill him like that, but you know what I mean? Like to choke someone out with a chain to death. Ooh, you know what I mean? That's kind of dark. Luke knew that was his dad on Return of the Jedi, and he beat the dog piss out of him. I mean, boo, 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 beating the piss out of him. I think they're unstable. It's really weird to say, but I think they're super strong with the Force, but they're also just unstable. Kylo throws fits and freaks out, and it's just like he feels like he has to do something, and he's basically like it's not the exact same thing as Anakin. Anakin was just like, you know what? Well, it's too late. I gotta go kill these kids. I messed up and killed Mace. I gotta go kill these kids. I gotta kill all these other Jedi because I'm scared to lose Padme. And this is the only way to get it is this power. The Jedi aren't going to show me. They're not going to show me anything more. Whatever. So I think that's just the thing about the Skywalkers. I think because they were unnatural, there's something about them. Like they're super strong, but there's a screw loose, man, somewhere in there. It's just my little fan thought. Anyways, we'll get back into it. Like I said, I would have Luke come and there'd be conflict with the Emperor. It is never addressed how the little alien, I can't remember, Mon Mothma? No, it's not Mon Mothma. The little orange alien lady. God, I can't remember her name now. It's never addressed how she got the lightsaber in the box. That sucks. Finn never got to say to Rey what he was wanting to throughout the film, which I strongly believe is that it was going to have to be something about him being force sensitive. I think that is strongly implied, and I think that strongly implied. I think that is strongly implied that he is force sensitive. Now, I'm not sure what that would have meant in that moment when he thought he was dying in the pit. Whatever. I just, he talks about feeling things about her throughout the film. I think he knew that something was up. Maybe Leia told him who Rey really was, but that's all speculation. Let's see. They had horses on one of the Star Destroyers, like alien horses, and it was really weird and felt out of place and didn't really mean anything. I don't know why they couldn't just shot it with a ship. Alas, here we are. That felt out of place. They had a spy in the movie, and the First Order spy wound up being Hux. So Hux saves Poe, Chewbacca, and Finn. And he said, I don't care if you win, I just want Kylo Ren to lose. And then immediately afterwards gets killed. So it's like the weirdest little plot thread that was open, kind of like dangling there, that I didn't really care about. I guess he's just tired of getting beat up. He hates Kylo. So, I mean, whatever, bro. Like, I guess. Like, him, in a sense, was the one that gave out the leak that really led to this whole thing happening, but it's a very small plot point that could have easily been given to anyone else. I guess it just felt like, hey, this is character thread. He's just a weasel. He's just a fucking weasel. Kill him. So let's see, Hux. Oh, here's a big thing. Let me get back. I don't like how everyone's dying using the Force, but yet we're fighting across space and time. I talked about that. Leia dies. Literally, Leia, Luke, Rey, and Kylo all die from using the Force. I don't know why that's a thing. I would not use the Force anymore in the Star Wars universe. Like, do not use it. You will die. I'm very, very concerned for Baby Yoda. Someone protect Baby Yoda from using the Force. He's going to kill himself. Another big point of contention that I've seen in people's little reviews and whatnot is that Han Solo appears to Kylo after his mother dies and after Rey heals him and runs away and he's stuck on the Death Star. Han Solo appearing to him and talking to him. Everyone's like, oh, is he a Force ghost? Oh, is he just a regular ghost? Oh, this doesn't make any sense. He's not a Jedi, whatever. I mean, in other media, we have seen people have visions. I mean, Darth Vader's had visions of Padme, and it might be in his own mind. Who knows what it is? It might be some manifestation of the Force. That's not a massive deal to me. Some of these things I'm like, okay, well, I mean, we're talking about basically space wizards. Like, is it not realistic to see a vision? Like, when they talked about Anakin seeing visions, obviously of the future, things that could happen, that's different. And that was in the film. But, it's like, Didn't I think Yoda said something about the Force? Something about the Force is like the past, present, the future, what is, what's to come, something like that, right? I mean, why is that so hard to understand or swallow or believe? I don't understand why that's such a big deal. Like a point of contention. Someone I watched said that they were like, why was Chewbacca so distraught when he found out that Leia was dead? Why was he so mad that she was dead? Why did he not get angrier when Kylo killed Han? I mean, I don't know what you want, but Chewbacca literally shot his best friend's son as soon as it happened. I don't know how much anger. He didn't have a lot of screen time after that. There's other things happening. The only little bit we saw of him, he did that and then blew the place up. He still had a job to do. Chewbacca was so distraught because he wasn't there, and everyone that was his friends in the first films, like the original trilogy, are gone, bro. He sees, you know, he saw Lando, but like the original cat, they're gone. Like, if you think about it, think if all you had was like your kids, but all of your family was dead, or all you had was friends, and all your family was dead. How would you act? I don't think Chewbacca acted like that was a big deal at all. I also love Chewbacca getting his medal. I like that point. I think C-3PO was really funny. Not everything he said was just amazing, you know, but I think he was what he always is, and it's comedic relief. I believe BB-8 was not God mode in this movie. BB-8 kind of felt like a legit side character, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of feels like BB-8 was more of a main character in these other films. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying, you know. I literally almost forgot about the name of the movie, man. The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, well, Kylo dies. Rey's the only one left. Rey takes both Luke and Leia's lightsabers. People, I saw this as soon as I saw it happening, right? Like, as soon as I saw it happening, it made sense in my mind. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I get what they're going for here. Listen. People are like, don't make no fucking sense. Listen. She took Luke and Leia's lightsabers and she buried them at Tatooine, okay? I know Leia didn't live at Tatooine, okay? Luke did. But it's a symbolic. That's where the Skywalkers were, right? That's where the Skywalkers were, man. And she buried them there. She buried the Skywalkers there. She could get those back out, sure. Well, why not? Sure. Everyone's like, why are they seeing them as Force ghosts? Why did Luke and Leia show back up? It goes back to the thing that Luke said to her. He said, sometimes things are deeper than blood. That's the point. Some things are deeper than blood. Palpatine says your new family that you know, this is your new family when he's killing all of them. That is her family. At the end when she says, I am Rey Skywalker, okay? She says, I am Rey Skywalker. Yeah, I saw that from a long ways away at the end. Like, that was obviously going to happen, right? Because she gets asked that question earlier, and they're like, who are you, Rey? Rey who? Just Rey. But at the end, she chooses to be a Skywalker, not because she's stealing the name or anything like that. It's homage to the Skywalkers. And Luke and Leia are there because that is the twin sons, the two lightsabers, the two, and the two buried. That's where it was. A new rebirth of the Skywalker name. You know, it's not the blood, it's what they stood for. It's just like it's just like what Han said to Kylo, you can fight for what she stood for, man. That's what the Skywalkers are, is the hope. That's the fucking hope they needed. They are the hope. The Skywalkers are. They will be the Jedi. She will train more Jedi, essentially, hopefully. I wish Kylo didn't die, because if they're going to smoosh or whatever, their kid would have been crazy powerful, supposedly, right? Because he got Skywalker and then he got a Palpatine. I think it'd be strong. I think it'd be really cool to see that in the future. I know they said that all these actors said they're never going to do another one. They're all alive except Kylo. They can do whatever, bro. Money talks, okay? Money talks. Never say never. Okay. They say this is the end of it, but it doesn't have to be a Skywalker thing no more. You know, it doesn't have to be like exactly a Skywalker thing anymore, but that is the Rise of Skywalker, was her choosing to carry on the Skywalker name. I had no problem with the ending, really. Like, her deciding to do that, like the symbolicness of burying the past, and it was like they were there, you know, saying yes, this is okay, you know, as Force goes, just smiling, kind of like they were parents to her, you know what I mean, like in a way, a brother sister parent, you know. It's weird, but I thought it was fine. I didn't mind that part at all. The Knights of Ren, I fucking hate them. What a waste. They did nothing with them. I thought they were so cool, and they did nothing. They fought Kylo at the end, and all throughout the movie they were just walking around looking menacing. I'm like, when are we gonna fight them? I think we've seen them just as much as we've seen Kylo, you know what I mean? I'm happy they brought the Kylo helmet back. The helmet Kylo is best Kylo. But yeah, we're sitting out here a little over an hour. I'm gonna chop this up, and we'll get it uploaded. My throat's, I about had it. I'm feeling it pretty good now. If there's anything else that you have questions about that I can try to give my twist on, certain point of view, if I can give it my spin on it, put it in the comments. I mean, I know a lot of people are just gonna hate on this, man. I feel like just hating on Star Wars is just the thing to do now. And when it's warranted, it's warranted. But I mean, it's like, bro, what did you expect in this movie? What did you expect after you saw what happened in the last one? Like, what could he possibly do with this? So, it was a fun movie. Turn your brain off for a second. Go enjoy it, man. Go enjoy it. Don't poke too many holes in it. We'll try to figure this out. Let's try to iron this shit out together. So, thanks for watching, guys. I usually try to do upload a week. I need to upload this right now because of relevance. But, you know, if there's anything in the future, I usually do on like Mondays. I try to do on Mondays. I may stream today. Probably won't talk too much. But I gotta play some Teamfight Tactics. But, ooh. But yeah, that's it, man. That's the Rise of Skywalker. That was my thoughts. Like I said, it's a 6 or 7 out of 10 in my opinion. There's some things that don't make sense, I guess, in the end, but what else could I possibly say about it, you know? Like, I'd have to have someone to come and bounce some stuff off of me. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't, and leave a like on this if you did like it. I'm sure there will probably be dislikes because they don't agree with me, and there'll be some hate comments because that's usually how these things go. People say I'm just stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's the internet. That's the day and age we live in. Whatever, man. Let's have a civil discussion. Tell me what you thought, man. Like, you know, is it really that bad? Can you watch all my points and be like, no, that's stupid? You know, like, I mean, I feel like I'm being somewhat reasonable about this. Like, I'm jabbing at them where they need jabs. I'm saying some stuff's dumb, but I'm also saying some of the things people were complaining about I don't believe are as big of a deal as they are. But then again, I said I went into it with zero expectations, maybe negative expectations, and I turned my brain off. I just turned it off, and I was like, all right, whatever happens, happens. Let's go. You know, let's see what happens. And I walked away feeling a lot better than I did going in. That's for sure. That's 100% for sure. And we don't have to worry about it anymore. You know, at least for quite the foreseeable future. We have Mandalorian. Hopefully, Old Republic sometime. They need to do Old Republic. It's been long in coming. So, thanks for watching, guys. And may the Force be with you. Peace.